Alright, go back to skinning this black bear here, and probably should have sharpened my knives while I took a break, but we'll continue. Gotta protect my knee. I'm having knee surgery here in a little over a week, and you just want to keep pulling that hide away, slicing away. Once again, I live a subsistence life up here in the Copper River, interior Alaska, between Glen Allen and Tok. And harvest my own meats: moose, caribou, bear, black bear, brown bear, deer, grouse, squirrel, rabbit, you name it, ducks. And do my own butchering, my own skinning. And I will do my own tanning, just not on the bigger animals. I'm not that confident yet on my skills. I want them done and preserved properly. I've done beaver and coyotes and muskrats and
bird.
You know, no, I've not ever done a bird, Tyus, but done the smaller game animals. But like my lynx, I got a couple lynx. I'm gonna send them out to Moyle Mink in California, have them tan them up the right way for me. You know, I want to preserve them memories for a life, because these are rare animals you just don't get every day. You know, they're very, and they deserve respect, you know. I always thank the animal for giving its life to sustain mine, my family, my friends, and none of this will go to waste. The meat will be made into breakfast sausage. Save the skull, save the hide, get it, making this one into a bear rug, and use the fat to make soap, candles.
I didn't know that.
Use the guts and the rest of the carcass as other bait. Now it's like July or June 12th right now. After June 1st in Unit 13, which is the unit I live in, you do not have to save the meat. It's your choice whether you want to save the meat or the hide and skull. But like I said, I save everything. I don't want nothing to go to waste. This is a precious animal that once again deserves respect, and use it up. Your belly's one of the rough areas because you get this thin layer of meat here, and it wants to stay to the hide. Other than that, your claws will be a real rough area. You got to go around each knuckle, and of course the head. You got the ears. You got to turn inside out. They can be very tricky around the lips and nose. Pretty hard, but ain't nothing to it but to do it. You just get in there and take your time, and you learn. Just like riding a bike, the more you do it, the better at it you'll get. Probably not right now. I don't want to cut you, but thank you. Oh, got into the meat there. You want to be very careful. You know, I'm threading a thin line here. You know, you want to get as much of the fat and meat off this hide. That way there's less fleshing to be done. The fleshing is when you scrape off all the rest of the fat and the meat off of the hide when you go to stretch it and dry it. And it's just a lot easier. And I got a good friend of mine, Mike Willard, lives down towards Kenny Lake, big trapper, big fur guy in the area. I'll take to him, he'll finish fleshing it, salting it, fleshing it and drying it, salting it and all that, stretching it for me, then ship it out to Moyle Mink. Have it done right.
them up with that? Starting to get rid of mortars.
Now I'm getting to the kill shot, and I believe I tagged him twice. I was using my uncle's brand new Browning BAR 338 Magnum semi-automatic, and I'll know here in a second if both shots hit him, but I believe it did. It was almost simultaneous back to back, and so yeah, I can tell right now I got two, one perfect through the heart. That had been the first shot. The second shot, what I consider a follow-up shot, got him back here towards the back area. But wanted to make sure he didn't go far. Pretty thick brush around that river there. And yeah, now I'm getting to a spot here that you're probably not able to see real good on my camera view, but the hide's been shot through, so you got to be very careful working around that area. You don't want to make that hole any bigger. My problem is the bullet shot the guts out. The intestines was hanging out one side, so I got to pull them back through this hide once I get there, or just cut them off. So that's probably what I end up doing, cut them off. I just don't like having that big of a mess. And this, once again, it's got this thin layer of meat, and you want to get that off the hide if you can. It just takes a lot less work. And my fur guy I use, Mike Willer, he gives me a good deal because he knows I know what I'm doing, and I'm damn good at what I do. So, and it pays, you know. The more work you got for the guy finishing your hide, tanning it, or like I am, the fleshing part of it, the less work they got to do, that equivalates into less money. It's out of your pocket, out of my pocket. So right now I'm at the second follow-up shot area. You gotta be very careful. And when they go to tan this, they'll sew that up. If you want them to, I just have them leave it. It's not a big deal to me. There's the first beautiful shot right through the heart. You could not have asked for a better shot. Beautiful. And now's the decision to cut through these guts, and they're going to fall out. So it is what it is. But he didn't go far. He might have went 10 foot, 12 foot, if that. And he's laying on it there. That's how much it blew out the side of his intestines. So, damn nice gun you sent up here, Uncle Marvin. I really appreciate that. Love you. I don't know if you guys can see this thin layer of meat, but I'm getting it pretty good, and it's difficult. This is probably one of the hardest parts, other than the, like I said, the feet and the head. You just keep pulling, keep slicing. Slice on the white part of the fat in between the hide and the meat, and that'll come right off. And you know, I was trying to think how many bears I've done so far in my life, and it's been a few. I've done them for a lot of friends and family that come up or whatever, and mainly friends. And Not an easy job. Like I said, I make it look easy, but it sure ain't. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've cut through the hide many times, and
Practice makes perfect.
yes, it does. Actually, I was worried because I got a bad back and I got to have knee surgery. I didn't know how this was going to be for me to skin him out, but it's perfect. I'm actually very comfortable.
Comfortable position.
Yeah, it's working out perfect. Otherwise, I'd usually have him on a table and elevated, at a chair sitting, but this is actually very comfortable. I remember the first bear I did, it took me, I took my time. I wanted to do it as perfect as I can, and I think it took me 18 or 20, 24 hours to skin that bear totally out perfect. I did the head, each individual claw was left on the hide, and took my time, but it was a long time to skin that bear out.
I think you might want to do it today.
I can't believe this one's doing perfect. There's like no fat on this bear at all.
That's the good
A
part.
little bit on his butt, but that's the place that got the most fat.
Yeah.
Nice, that's still red recording.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Awesome. All right,
Batteries.
let's go back here to this ball sack again and separate this out. Actually, I'm just going to cut it and leave it on there. They'll take it off. Gotta leave evidence of sex attached. And I'll get a little urine, but not much. Okay. I just love this little case knife. Love it. It's done mini grizzly, Alaskan brown bears. It's done mini moose, caribou. I did the moose I harvested last year hunting. I did 2 roadkill moose with it. I did my 2 subsistence caribou with it. Did my record book grizzly bear I got last year with it. And my 3 black bear last year, 1 black bear this year. This is the 2nd black bear this year. And I can't tell you how many. Last year I think I did a total of, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did over 10 bear alone just last spring. A friend of mine out got her 3 black bear, her brown bear. She didn't know how to skin, so I did them all for her, and then did my other friend Greg Dyer did his grizzly for him. Helped him. He actually did a lot himself, but and then helped another friend that's no longer around on his bears. So, yeah, here's that thin layer of meat. Man, it can be a pain getting this off, but I'm doing wonderful today. Great, 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 great. So, Tice, are you learning anything?
Yep.
One of these days, you're going to be old enough to go out and get your own bear.
Probably whenever I'm 13. It's teenage. Still recording.
Alone in Alaska Adventures on Facebook if you'd like to follow along with what I do up here. So now I'm done
Every
with
day.
getting through this. I'm going to get a little fat on here when I cut through, but not much. Very little fleshing going to be done on this boy.
A little bit more help. Or
Nope, and I'm completely through here. Going great. Mike's going to be very happy with this skinning job. I'm actually impressed with myself. Normally don't get this much of the meat off.
usually you get about some of the meat off.
And once again, this is being done for a rug. There's different ways you can skin out these bears. Sometimes I'll do what's called case skinning, where I just make my only cut will be at the middle of the back paw to the anus, back to the middle of the back paw. That's the only cut I'll have in the bear at all on the hide. And I'll go round and round on each leg, cut the paws, each claw off, and then bring it up, and then I'll go around the belly, around the back, and all the way around, all the way up, take his legs off. So basically when it's done that way, you could almost wear it like a dress. Pick it up, and it's the whole hide itself still with no incisions in it. But this is part of living off the land, a subsistence lifestyle. No matter if it's in Alaska or where you live. You know, when you're processing, doing your own animals, there's a lot of work required in this.
Bars.
Okay, I'm pretty good on this side. I really don't want to start rolling them yet. Maybe up top here.
When we do the left side or the right?
Yeah, I'll be coming on that side. I have to readjust the camera here in a little bit.
You can do it right here.